In this video, we will provide an overview of VNX domains. A domain is a user-defined group of EMC storage systems that are centrally managed. The Enterprise Dashboard in Unisphere leverages the domain structure to aggregate management information about multiple storage systems. You can manage all of the storage systems in a domain with a single user interface, and the storage systems can be in a single domain, or they can use the multi-domain functionality, which provides a connection between two or more domains, allowing you to manage storage systems in multi-domains from a single interface. Each domain is defined by a set of attributes that are stored by each system in the domain. When a new system is added to an existing domain, it automatically inherits the attributes of that domain. For example, every domain will have some members like storage processors or control stations, a master node, global users, etc. Unisphere 1.3 allows you to have multiple VNX storage systems in the same domain, provided that all the VNX storage systems are running Unisphere 1.1.25 or later. Those VNX systems which are running Unisphere 1.1.0 will still need to be in a separate domain, but those systems can be managed by Unisphere 1.1.25 domains and later, using the multi-domain functionality. Legacy domains can also be managed using the multi-domain functionality. Multi-domains allow groups of systems to be viewed in Unisphere as a single list. All of the systems that a user is logged into are displayed in the System List and System drop-down menu. Multi-domains help bridge the gap between different storage system families. For example, if you want to centralize management of your VNX and Clarion storage systems, you cannot achieve this by creating a single domain. Multi-domains allow you to manage all the systems in the VNX domain and the Clarion domain through a single user interface. In another example, if you have storage systems at two sites that are some distance from each other, placing all of the systems in a single domain network could affect management response time. Multi-domains help avoid this problem by allowing you to create domains in both locations and connect the domains using multi-domain connections in either direction. By carefully setting up credentials, scopes, and roles in each domain, you can tune access privileges to meet varying business requirements. Let's take a look at some of the scenarios. Let's assume that there are two domains in the storage environment and they are called Boston and New York. The Boston domain consists of three systems, A, B, and C. The New York domain consists of three systems, 1, 2, and 3. Also, there's a multi-domain connection from the Boston domain to the New York domain. In scenario 1, if the user's account has a local scope only on system A in the Boston domain, then only that storage system can be managed by the user. In scenario 2, the user account is provided global scope in the Boston domain. In this case, the user will be able to manage all the systems in the Boston domain. In scenario 3, the user has global scope in both domains, and therefore all the systems in both Boston and New York domains can be managed. In scenario 4, the user account has a global scope in the Boston domain and local scope on system 1 in the New York domain. In this case, the user will be able to manage all systems in the Boston domain and only system 1 in the New York domain. Now let's move on to the Unisphere demo. The Enterprise Dashboard shows all the storage systems that can be managed in the Unisphere session. This includes all the systems that are in the local domain and also those systems using the multi-domain functionality. Note that access to all these systems is available through a single sign-on. The storage systems that can be accessed are listed in the System by Severity view block. They are also listed in the System Selector drop-down list. Unisphere Remote is included in the system list since it uses VNX domain functionality, but it has its own management interface so it cannot be managed by Unisphere. The view blocks in the Enterprise Dashboard display information from all the managed storage systems. If a large number of systems are managed by the current Unisphere session, not all of the systems will be listed in the view block. Let's look at the System List page to see all the managed systems. The System List page provides details of all the managed storage systems and the domain they are located in. Let's take a look at the Domains page. In this page, we can see all the managed domains for this Unisphere session. We can click on each of the domains to see the managed systems and their information. In the Local Domains section on the right, we can configure options such as the Domain Master, DNS, and NTP for the local domain. These domain settings will be pushed down to any new storage systems that are added to the local domain. We will quickly go through the Add Remove Systems wizard to add a new storage system to the local domain. Unisphere Online Help includes step-by-step instructions for adding and removing systems to the local domain. Here we can see the new VNX storage system that we just added to our local domain. We can also add storage systems to this Unisphere session by using the multi-domain functionality, which will add an entire domain to the current session so that we can manage any systems in that domain. To do this, we will use the Manage Multi-Domain Configuration link to launch the wizard. In this wizard, we will enter the IP address of a storage processor node in the domain and provide a name to identify the domain. We can see the new domain in the list, and we can select it to see all the managed systems. We can see the managed systems and their information. Now let's take a look at the alerts page. The alerts page shows alerts for all the managed storage systems of this Unisphere session. For additional information regarding VNX domains, please see the following resources available on EMC Online Support.